Alrighty, boys and girls, it's your boy Alec coming back to you with a new video. Tonight we're going to a local oval track where they do some street drags, and if you've never seen this before, you don't know what they're talking about. Essentially everyone pulls up with something, they pick a class and they take it out. It's about 400 feet, so realistically, like, your 0 to 60 is pretty much the most important part. And so thank you so much for being here. We're gonna take my all-wheel drive 78mm turbo GMC that we built over the last year. If you're interested in that process, go check out my 70 videos building this thing. And we're gonna take it tonight. We're gonna go compete with it. I'm gonna put it in the 4-wheel drive gas class. There is a 2-wheel drive gas, which of course I would not put an all-wheel drive pickup truck in. There's pretty much no prep. It's like street, it's the same as street. I've done this a couple times before. I've done it twice with my EcoBoost F-150. Before the TRX came out, the EcoBoost, even heat soak, was really competitive. And the second time there was a TRX out there, we went for 3 good runs. I beat him the first time, and then the second and third time I was pretty hot and I didn't end up winning. I am gonna cut to a little bit of footage of this truck getting a modification that we need for doing this type of racing. So there's one more mod that I want to do to this truck really quick, and it is a transmission cooler. Now, I have been noticing that when I'm up on the converter a lot, doing some hot laps, it gets a little bit warmer than I think it should. It is in no means, or by no means, dangerous or super high. It's just, if I'm seeing 190 and I've been up on the converter 4 times, I know it's gonna get warm on me. So what I have here is a fan from eBay. This is a small square fan, and I am going to mount this on the transmission. We have a little relay right here so that we can power this fan, of course, from inside the cab. And I am just going to put this on a standard on-off switch. So normal cruising, I should be able to exist on a standard day without the fan on, and I'm going to watch trans temps once they start getting warm on me. Or if I know I'm going to be beaten on it, I'm just going to flip the switch on and turn it on. There's ways to integrate this. You know, there's aftermarket ECUs that can do this stuff. I don't care. We got a really big cooler on this, and for standard driving, this cooler is more than enough. Now, starting to get up on the converter, starting to beat on it, that kind of stuff, it is not. So I'm gonna try and do this one-handed. There it is. So it fits on there really good, nice and square. We're gonna run some stuff through it. I'm gonna put it on the right-hand side here. This line right here is my in. Now, one thing that I'm thinking about is if for some reason we start to have troubles with this being in the front, because I can't unfortunately put it in the back with how much room we have back here on the cross member, on the front of the frame. So if we start to have problems with it on the front, then I'm gonna have to look at getting some spacers for the bolts in the back and spacing it out and putting it on the backside, which is not a huge deal. So we're gonna get this installed, wired up, and get it working. So this might not be exactly how this fan is supposed to work, but we got it mounted up there, and I just figured out that blue, the negative, and the black, the positive, they're both about the same size wire, but the blue is just maybe a little bit thicker on the insulation. If you make the blue negative, black positive, the fan blows inwards, which is kind of how I want it to be set up. I would like natural airflow to go in there and the fan just to help it. If you swap that around, then the fan pulls it out and goes towards the front of the truck, which I think will be kind of counterintuitive. Even if the fan isn't exactly meant to push inwards, we're gonna make it work that way. This is just for a little extra cooling when you don't have that airflow over the cooler. All right, so our cooling fan is officially done. We got the relay with the fuse right here all wrapped up. I would like to put some of that wiring tubing on that, but for now it works. It's all sealed up. And we got a little switch over here in a hole that already existed from someone else. Flip that guy on. So the other thing I wanted to show you with this paper is that it's actually blowing the correct way. see the paper. Here's my other hand. The paper stays there. So our fan is sucking in and blowing it across the cooler, same way as the truck's going to be moving. So I'm pretty happy with that. All right, so here it is, all complete. As you can see, we're covering about a little less than half, probably about a third of the transmission cooler. So there it is up there, pushing through the same way that air should be. This is the hot side, this is the cooled side, so I wanted it over on the hot, just to, if we're trying to prevent heat soak, why let it get hot over here and then cool it, where we could cool it here and then it gets cooler as it goes through. So that was my mentality with putting it on that side. And I'm gonna zip tie up that wire really quick, and this fan project is done. So I will leave the link below for the fan on Amazon and the relay that I used. I ended up using a relay that you can ground it. So my switch is actually in the truck is just going to a ground. So I think that's pretty cool too. Didn't have to run power in there. And yeah, let's go rip this thing, see how the temps are on it. All right, so you probably saw that footage. We now have a transmission cooler fan on a switch, which is gonna really help us. One of the things that I've been thinking about lately, as well as having a fan added on this thing, is the fact that I should probably route the transmission cooler through the radiator. It's a 170-degree thermostat in this thing. The transmission temperatures tonight may get higher than we want them, and it may cause us to have to not compete or pull out of the competition, depending on how well that fan does. So tonight's really going to be kind of a test and tune night for me. The problem with doing this circle track racing where you're going for such a short distance is you're up on the converter a lot, so you're making a lot of heat, and then also you have almost no area to cool down. There's only 300-400 feet for air to rush over the coolers that you have. And then after that, you're sitting in a staging lane again. So you go back around the rest of the 3/4 of the track, and then you were sitting again. So one of the things that we might have to do in the future here is we may have to route the cooler through the radiator first, and then we might have to send it through a cooler, the cooler that we have on the truck after that, just so that we can always guarantee the transmission temps are going to be below or close to 180 degrees. So that's something we're going to look into after tonight and see how bad our heat issues are. So the last thing I'll show you, we're getting ready for tonight, but I just went and picked up about 17-18 gallons of E, and currently we are measuring right around 81-82%. So that is going to do us pretty well tonight. It's got some good ethanol content to it, and I'm really excited to go run this thing. We're going to get it ready, clean it up a little bit. It's a little dusty, and we're going to take a couple things of fuel with us, and let's go see how the truck does. I just want to say one thing really quick. I really appreciate you clicking on this video, but I'm going to throw some stats up over here on the side. I have an alarming amount of people that watch my videos that do not subscribe, and I really appreciate the views, but this truck is only going to show up in your feed every time I make a video on it if you subscribe. You know, sometimes the algorithm doesn't work, you end up missing out videos on this thing. So if you could take that button right down there, tickle it a little bit for me, I would really appreciate it. Let's try and get to 2,000 subscribers here soon. For all the people that are subscribed, you're liking every video, I really appreciate it. You guys are what keeps making me doing this stuff. Well, I would do this stuff anyways, but it keeps making me post it on the internet. So I really appreciate it. If you guys got any questions or anything like that, leave them in the comments below, and let's go freaking tear up some stuff with this thing. All right, our class is just called for staging. They're laying up Detroit iron right now, which is the one right before me, and then we're up next. So we're gonna wait for them to go out so this thing's not heat soaking in the staging lane, and we'll get up there. Alrighty guys, we are on the bank, staged. It looks like we only have 4 trucks in our class, and I've raced one of them before, my EcoBoost, and unless things have changed in the last year or two, I'm only really worried about one of them. It's another regular cab short bed that's 4-wheel drive. It's got an intercooler in the front of it, so it's clearly some forced air. And it's on NT 555s on all 4 corners. So I'm a little worried about that one. Hopefully it's just a pump gas truck or something like that. And we'll find out.
Coming from this evening. Aaron Childs, Janesville, Wisconsin. Another winner from J Vegas this evening. Alright, so you got enough in this thing to take down the Vegas. Yes, I do. Alright, we're going to come back to that winner take all bracket a little bit.
First one, she ripped, didn't launch too hard, and it took it well. I think the guy in the regular cab short bed was sandbagging a little bit, because that thing didn't launch super hard. There it did.
Round 2, fight.
Got some smoke to it, I will admit. I'm gonna turn this thing up to setting 6. That maroon one gets down. I gotta get this thing up on the chip better. Won that one. Truck's staying pretty cool. We're at like 185 coolant temp and 156 on the trans. The fan is on.
Final round, fight.
Unless he buys back, we just won. I think he's got the option to buy back. Yeah, it looks like he went for one more. I won both times, I think.
Oh, you won both times?
Yeah.
Full Ride Gas Pickups. Your name, sir? Where you come from?
My name's Alec. I'm from Janesville.
Man, another J Vegas winner. All right, you guys are flowing up here this evening. The GM country is strong. All right, you got to stick around. The winner take all bracket is like 2 away.
Yeah, I think we'll stick around for that. We'll see what this thing can do.
All right, we'll give you a chance to cycle back through the pits, get yourself ready to go.
All right, Alec, how did it feel?
It felt really good. I could, the second run, or the first run against the maroon truck, I could feel the truck getting squirmy underneath me and all 4 of them spinning. But that one was neck and neck. I had to look back to see which lane won, because I was not sure. And the second one, I think he might have screwed something up because I gapped the crap out of them. So it was awesome. We're gonna go out for, now they put all the leaders or the winners of their brackets out there. So now we're gonna race like some cars and stuff like that. I don't even know what, but we'll figure it out. All right, so we're in the finals round right now. I'm up next to a Tesla. It looks like a Model 3. I'd assume it's a Plaid if it's out here. There's kids over here. There's kids over here making fun of him about his gas mileage. And I think I'm about to get fucking smoked. Alright, here we are against Energizer battery. Nice Energizer battery, buddy. God, I hate Teslas. If you guys hate Teslas, please comment below, because I cannot be the only one that hates Teslas. They are the dumbest thing to be fast. All right, you guys, we're back at home. We have the Turbo GMC, drove itself to the track and drove itself home. My two competitors, the white truck and the maroon truck, both showed up on trailers. So interestingly enough, we got a street truck here. Apparently they got race trucks that show up on trailers. But we got a trophy for the truck here. We ended up winning our bracket for the 4x4 gas class. And of course, get taken out by the Tesla right away. I mean, honestly, nothing there can beat it. They were doing like 2 car lengths and it still wouldn't beat it. So I don't even know how that guy gets joy in his life from that, but apparently he does. So anyways, the truck handled really well. I wish there was a couple more competitors in my class. If I knew there was only going to be 3 other people, I probably would have competed in some other stuff, but I'm really happy with how it did. I need a tube step. I'm realizing that now. It's hard to build boost with that short of time and pay attention to the light and the boost controller at the same time. So aside from that, I really appreciate you guys watching. Please leave a like or a comment, and if you like content like this, make sure that you're subscribed. Until I see you next time, peace.